Students and State Line residents got the opportunity to witness the technology programs offered by Rock Valley College Saturday during the school's ATC at Work event at the RVC Advanced Technology Center in Belvidere. 23 News reporter Jim Haggerty talks to the school about showing this program to residents.
Anthony, Saturday was all about showing the community what has been going on at RVC's new nearly 80,000 square foot facility since it opened last year.
Get to experience a lot of stuff.
That was exactly what Rock Valley College staff intended Saturday when they opened the Advanced Technology Center to the community. The center is the former Shopko store in Belvidere.
To get people interested in different career paths, to see the possibilities and to see the training that can happen in their backyard.
Those who attended Saturday's ATC at Work event took part in live demonstrations to get a feel for what it's like to train at the facility and work in various advanced tech fields.
What we want to do is expose the children to various ways to be able to have a career and make a living. And this is pretty amazing because they got to check out the excavator and the truck driving earlier, and now they're checking out the welding.
Rock Valley's Advanced Technology Center opened in 2022 and is home to 5 specialized programs.
So we have CNC, 24-week CNC program, truck driver training. We have a hydraulic excavator simulation program, welding program, and our mechatronics program.
I liked the welding.
I love all the technology and the ways that you can practice the stuff in digital form versus trying it in real life.
And that is a big reason why more area students are taking classes at the facility.
Our programs continue to grow. The students are really happy. The facilities have been amazing. Just a clean, state-of-the-art facility.
RVC officials say graduates of the advanced technology programs are eligible for immediate employment with a host of area companies that partner with the school.
RVC President Howard Spearman made the center a top priority in his administration to help those companies fulfill any needs that they have in their company.